I'm still baking a couple of things in my brain. So either of you can go before me if you want to.
Ron or Max?
I finally made a decision. I've been completely stuck until
Oh,
I finally just decided. Um, there, make my note to myself. Okay, so I've chosen the prompt, what can be learned from the rubble and ruin? And Musette is in a not just a prison cell, but actually like a dormitory to for convicted women. So this is a long time later. So she's an elder, if she's not completely elderly, but she's very old compared to when we saw her. And she's been living in this. It's you would call it a prison, but it's more like a dormitory, and it's like these women just live the rest of their lives in it. Um, for one reason or another, she was not sentenced to be hanged, so she has to be here forever. So she's being interviewed by um, some, I guess, I don't know if it's a young person or if it's a not, maybe, you know what? It's going to be a novelist. A novelist is interviewing her. And I'm thinking of those kind of after, mid to late 1800s novelists, Charles Dickens and Wilkie Collins and all these people. And and so it's one. So think of it as like a young man who's like, and they publish their novels, and every week in the newspaper another chapter comes out. That's how they do their novels. And he's maybe got scenes, about the trousers in it. And so he's interviewing her, and she's very helpful. I mean, in the sense that she answers all the questions, but he's he's getting all the wrong ideas. Let's say he's very Marxist, and so he was trying to make it all into a revolutionary saga. So he wants them to be ideological, and she'll like agree and stuff like that, just because she's being agreeable. She's Musette, right? She's agreeable, but she's not really following what she's supporting. So she tells a few anecdotes and things like that, or talks about things that happened. But the idea that blowing up that bank was some kind of revolutionary statement is, she's not really supporting it. It's a very confused conversation, is what I'm seeing. Um, oh, and one last thing, she's very helpful. All the women in the prison, all their crap, all their letters, all their business and everything, she's got it all managed. She's been doing that for a long time, right? She's good at handling all their logistics. So so she's doing just what she did in the trousers. Um, but anyway, that's what I. So what can be learned from the rubble and ruin? And the answer is not much, even though she's not trying to misrepresent anything.
that was a nice twist. I think
Yeah.
that kind of misunderstanding just
Yeah.
speaks to me, and it
Mhm.
fits the way we played.
Mm-hmm.
Like being special, but maybe not in the way he imagines.
Right.
Nice. Max or Ola? Whoever.
You go, Ola.
Yeah, but this will be very much improvised.
Everything is.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
As
Here it comes.
you were reading it.
Yeah.
No, but what I see in front of me is a very, very old. I mean, we were old when we did the last
Mhm.
the perfect kill, so to say. But I'm ancient. In a wheelchair, and I I mean we're just seeing this like little. It looks like a small bird,
Mhm.
so old that you're like crumpled together in a wheelchair, and you can also see that there's a lot of people surrounding him, and from that you can realize that he probably somehow moved on or away, or but we're still in the same kind of town, or a kind of, but we are in a totally different. So we can kind of we I kind of understand that this is um his like grandkids, and his grown-up kids now surrounding him, and it's actually in the in the like the up, not the upper class, but it's in a social class
It's affluent.
way
Yeah.
above.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what he was kind of longing for when he was young, when the kind of the thing that drove him from the beginning, and that was always something that. But every time he, by his own force, went up and tried to buy a house and things, then he like slided down again. So it's now surrounded by his kids that he finally reached this state, but he's not actually a part of this thing at all, because he's in his own mind. He's totally like, you can see that he's he's not paying attention to the people around. He's just like sitting like rubbing his fingers, and talking to himself, and going over old passages in his past. And suddenly someone says something where it could be like um, a word, probably sticky bun, or um, lily work, or something else that comes
Mhm.
from his like, and and that catches his attention, and he kind of smiles, and and feel like the best work is when no one
Ah.
is when no one knows it has happened. It's
Ah.
kind of, it's the culture it's passed along, and reached otherwise. So, and
Ooh.
I think that's where we end.
Oh my god.
I know. Wow.
Wow.
What prompts did you use? I'm asking everybody because I'm trying to keep a
Yeah,
record.
this is basically a couple of prompts, but this is it could be saying goodbye to what was once normal, but
Yeah.
it's also a moment of deja vu. So I had both of those. So it's basically, but basically both.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
but
I
They
mean,
it's
overlap
more or
nicely.
less,
Yeah.
yeah. And so yeah,
wow. Nice.
I'm like, I was thinking, first I had some clear ideas what I was going to do. Then I thought that now I gotta let everybody else go first, so I know what I can go in with. Now I've heard all these perfect stories, and I'm like, I don't have anything.
Go with what
Oh,
you first.
come
Yeah,
on.
Max,
I,
go ahead with
You
what you
know
first
you
did.
have.
Yeah. Go ahead with what you
Yeah.
first did. We trust you.
Yes.
Yeah.
but I had, there are there are three prompts, but I was stuck with how will you be remembered, or out of the ashes, out of the ash as seedling sprouts. And what because I thought they were, felt that they were mostly ones that would be used. That could easily, most easily, most easy connect with the character. How should we see this? It's like a time passes by, but directly after this the last job, Jay will he will see the value that he was working with from the beginning. He liked this stealthy. He liked to be stealthy. He liked to work in the silence. So he will have, but he also sees that a too big group is problematic. So in one way or another, he will take a part of the ones he trusts most, or the one he can work with, and basically make a new group.
A new like a small, secret, unknown group.
Yeah, and he will take them and work and do all the things that we were good at. At least what he was good at, which was working in silence, when nobody knows. He will take that group and he will have this little group that will always stay little, but they will be very good at what they are doing, and he will pass that knowledge on to these people, and if they will pass it on and live on, that is for the tale to work out. But he basically concentrates all his knowledge and effort and what he can give to the next generation on one group, and he focuses on one group alone from the trousers.
Can I call that the seedling sprouts? I think that's what fits best.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea what to do, he said.
I know.
Everybody else was so great, he said.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be typical.
You had the details.
Yeah. I've given up on Max pretending that he's, disoriented or clueless. It's like, yeah, go ahead. I believe you.
Can I be this character? If this was, if we are writing a book about this, I will be the character that I will be the Jar Jar Binks. I will look foolish. I don't know what I'm doing, but somehow it works.
Something, I guess so.
Great.
But
everybody, thank you. This was great.